So first,
Absolutely.
and I was
Let's dig it all up.
oh, no.
True.
You'll never guess.
So sidebar.
Yes. And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Also Podcast, One Season Wonders, Kid Nation Edition, Episode 8. The kids, will they make it? Will they be able to make a better town?
Who knows?
Jesus, this town's in shambles. Every episode.
Every week they have so many adult problems to handle.
I know. Before we get into the episode, we have an Instagram and a TikTok at Also Podcast. Links are in our bio. Also we have a
_ podcast. Go look at the description.
Go look in our description. We also have a Patreon that's in the description. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. It helps the show. But I want to fucking dive into this episode. Let me tell you.
Well, let me tell you what happened last episode.
Aw, man, this episode was so much better. I was out loud laughing this episode.
Oh my God. Well, previously on Kid Nation, the dollars and cents turned kids against each other. The town council uncovered a treasure chest and spent it on toys for the town. But the chores still needed to be done, and Nathan did them all.
Yeah,
which it did earn him a gold star, so well worth it.
20,000. Down with town council.
But can the council keep everyone smiling along the way to build a better world?
Probably not.
You're so right. They constantly say world rather than just like new town.
Yeah. No one else knows what these kids are doing besides their parents.
No, that is actually so true. In 2006, because that's probably when it was filmed, everybody's just living their normal life, not realizing 40 kids are like stranded in the desert with a film crew.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Well, it is day 23. And
we're bored.
Everyone is so bored. Sophia's so bored. She lays in the middle of town unresponsive.
This was so funny. She does this and everyone joins her because no one has anything else to do.
Sophia is the heart and soul of the culture of this town.
Love Sophia.
This would be so much worse if she wasn't here. Last week, she had kids digging in a can of gross stuff for coins. This week, she's just laying in the town square for shits and gigs.
Yeah.
She is the entertainment.
Yeah, I fucking love Sophia. I love to, everyone literally lays down and then she gets up and she's like, fuck this.
She's like, this is how boring it is. Everybody just lays down because I laid down. Yeah. What are we doing here?
All of you just showed up.
Well, Mike says that Bonanza is really dull and they just basically do their jobs. And then once they're done with their jobs, they sit around and they have nothing to do, which this kind of shocks me. I feel like because they are our generation, I remember being a kid, we didn't have, smartphones. We had TV, obviously, and early computers, but there was a lot of coming up with your own games and playing outside.
Yeah, I mean, listen, these kids are, if this was made today, the kids wouldn't last fucking 2 days without getting bored. But these kids, I enjoy them even when they're bored, that they find something funny to do, like Sophia laying in the ground. This is what we would have done. Because we didn't.
I would have done so many things, girls braiding each other's hair, playing random games, seeing who can jump the furthest, the dumbest shit I would do. Out of
we
boredom.
Had TV, but we didn't have cell phones. We didn't really have Game Boys until later.
No. I wasn't allowed to sit inside all day and watch TV in the summer. I had to be outside playing.
I got an hour, I think, a day, and then it was okay.
I think I could at nighttime, unlimited basically, but if the sun was up, get out of this house.
Yeah, it was back in the day. It was if the sun was out, just come home for dinner kind of vibe.
Yeah, once the street light comes on.
But we would also. Were you ever a Girl Scout?
Yes.
Wouldn't you go to Girl Scout camps and you get bored sometimes and you just
that's
chat?
Actually but I still would make up games and do stuff. It kind of seems like their creativity isn't.
Do you remember the hand stuff?
Yes.
We would do hand shit, but it was the Kit Kat song. Mm-hmm. If you give me a jump rope, I could kill 4 hours.
Yes. Last week they got all these games and shit. Let's do stuff.
Yeah, what are they doing? When was this cut?
But maybe it's again, the production thing being all right, this
they took away
3 days is we are really bored here. Let's play up how bored we are.
Of course.
Well, the red bunk is tired of doing work and then nothing. And so they go and ring that town bell, which, wow, if you are not a town council member, like town council was like, who the fuck's ringing our bell?
Dude, Zach was in the middle of a meal. He's like eating. He has no idea who called the meeting.
Who rang my bell? I'm in charge here.
I love DK being like, town council didn't call this meeting. We did. I was like, down with town council, a mutiny is upon us.
I did love this energy. I loved
we
the
called it.
Shock on town council's face and red team being like, you guys suck. We have to do something.
Okay, I'm all for down with town council, but the fact that they're like, town council better do something for us. I was like, bro, you could literally organize anything. Like, if you're that bored.
Especially if it being about boredom. It's not like, hey, we don't have enough food or like we are struggling with like cooking, like a real life and death situation that in theory, like town council is supposed to be in charge of. This is, why do they have to come up with games for you?
Yeah, also, if I'm 14, I'm not trusting these 11-year-olds to make me
I don't want town council dictating how I spend my free time either. Stay out of my personal time.
It literally...
Less stupid. Government on my personal time, please.
Yeah, down with town council and down with the red team that
wants them involved.
The bell.
Yeah,
fuck you guys.
Come on. Well... They all need to stand together and like make this town more fun and like make this town have heart and soul basically. And again, I'm like, do it then. Like be the heart and soul, but whatever. It does spark us into the town council going and reading the journal this week. And
oh man, and if you can imagine, the journal talks about boredom.
It's so wild how it lines up perfectly.
It's like the show's produced or something.
This original town, they only really worked and then they'd sleep, and that just leads to a boring time. Oh my
god. And probably drink, but they're not going to put that in the journal.
No. That's the thing. We can't say that we spent all our time in the saloon just ripping shots of soda.
Oh, that's how I would spend my days.
Absolutely. Gossiping with people?
Oh, the best.
I would
start rumors. I would be the town gossip. They'd all be fake rumors.
Wait, I would want somebody to, because they have that poster board, to start basically a gossip column like Bridgerton. Oh, that would be life-changing.
But it would be all fake. Like, I'd be like, Kelsey Minion #1 has 6 toes. And then I would just go on with my
you would have to drop in some real stuff. But like, you would fluff it up with fake stuff.
No, but the thing is, you can't gossip because that's going to hurt kids' feelings and the town council will shut you down. So if you do all fake stuff, people will just read it for the entertainment and no one will be that offended.
But I needed to have some impact.
An alien.
No. I was thinking like Jared has lice. Like...
No, see, that's me. Then people will avoid Jared. You have to make it so crazy because then these kids will be like, this is funny. And then they'll be excited to see what's written about them or their friends the next day. You can't bully. Listen, if it's today and it's a bunch of adults, I'm gossiping the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But you could really hurt people's feelings and cause a lot of drama. And that's just like not going to be as fun. Like,
yeah, but
Taylor has fake teeth. They fall out at night. She takes them out at night.
Oh,
Greg's actually a vampire. He's up all night and no one knows.
That would be so funny.
This is fake.
We can come up with things to do. These kids need to find shit to do themselves, but they don't because this
COVID was my dream. I did nothing all day. I could do
everything at the same time. Like I found shit to do.
Put me in the Big Brother house. I'm causing chaos. See, in the Big Brother house, I would gossip and start rumors, but like also sprinkle in. But these are kids. I'd be like,
everybody's open.
Mike's wearing a wig. Like just.
Oh my god.
He's actually bald. He's wearing a wig. Well, and then Mike would be like, no.
I hate to say this is not how they figured out how to entertain themselves.
Yeah.
The journal tells them basically they should put on a show. And so they decide it should either be a play or a talent show. And I was like, who the fuck is coordinating a play in this town?
Do a talent show. Immediately do a talent show. This was a great idea, though. I was like, this will get so many people involved.
I agree. And like last week, they bought that guitar. So like we've got a guitar.
And every kid thinks they're talented.
It's not hard. And I think everybody should be forced to participate, by the way.
No. No.
You can figure something else. You need to participate in some way, whether it's like stage crew or you have an act. You need to be a participant in this.
You're in a stage crew? No. There is no stage crew. It's just a raised elevation. I don't think you'll be forced to participate, but enough kids think that they have a talent, they'll show up.
That's right. And are bored enough that they'll practice something.
Yeah. So, like, I wasn't worried that the kids, but I'm not going to make fucking Mallory do it. Poor Mallory's going to get scared up there.
Oh
Jared's going to get bullied off the stage if you force him, right? So, like, there are some kids that shouldn't participate, and I'm that kid.
Well, the town council, they do go to the dining hall and they tell everyone, and everybody's excited about this. And they put up a sign-up sheet, and immediately, like, it is filled. And we see that Olivia is going to do some stand-up comedy. And this, I was like, okay, maybe everybody shouldn't participate.
But this is the thing. All kids think they're funny or they have a talent. They haven't been told yet that they're not talented.
Special. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is perfect because all the kids will sign up.
Especially these kids. Because I remember you saying that, like, DK was doing, like, acting, and that's how he got onto this show. And so
these kids wanted to be actors.
These are the kids. These are the kids that think they're really special.
Yeah. So, but also Olivia's not funny. Like, if you told me Jared's doing a comedy act, I'm in. Immediately, that's hilarious. Olivia has a stick up her ass.
We have seen this time and time again where the Olivia personalities think that they're so funny, but it's like, no, you're just a bitch.
She's like, I'm going to be funny. Fucking Anjay hates Olivia. That's an understatement.
Shitting his pants right now because he knows he's going to be the bulk of the material.
Well, he's like, why is Olivia doing comedy? She's not even fucking funny. He's like mad about it.
He's to the point where it's like, Anjay, hey, don't go to the kitchen and hold a knife. We've already seen that issue before.
But the other thing is, all these kids are like, Olivia, give us a joke. And she's like, no.
I know. They're like, let's see you practice. She's like, I'm not doing that.
Hold your material. No, hold your material. Because then maybe it'll be funny. If I've heard it before. Which I was worried for Olivia. But also, girly, if you want to kill 10 minutes of my day, not even, probably 2 minutes of my day by doing stand-up comedy, I got nothing else to do. Sign up.
To be honest, I was not prepared for her to have a 10-minute sketch. I thought she was going to be booed off stage.
Either way, I, as an audience member, killed some time.
That's true. I would enjoy the booing of her off stage.
And maybe this is when Olivia's told she's not talented, right? We all have that moment. We're all cut from a team. We're all made fun of. That's why not all of us are special as adults. We know. We get told at some point.
This is probably her moment.
Subject. Yeah, you're going to find out. So I was like, this is either going to build her up a little or it's going to crush her. And either way, we wasted 5 minutes of our day.
True. Well,
but also, I don't want to see her totally fail, so I was a little nervous.
I was prepared,
as an adult watching this.
I know. I was prepared for her to fail, though.
Same.
Well, somebody is not going to fail because Laurel gathers the town council, and they talk about what if they give the gold star to the winner of the talent show. How do you feel about this?
I kind of like it because, we do need someone to, like, liven up the town.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way for, I want to say, the girls and the younger kids to have a chance because so far, most of the winners have been older kids or like the boys.
Yeah.
So I think this is an opportunity.
And I think it shows that it's not just like manual labor that gets you the gold star. Like there are multiple ways
attitude
to contribute to this town. And clearly boredom is a major pitfall of this town. So if you can be the heart and soul and make people happy.
Have a good attitude. Yeah. Joke around a little. Yeah.
Well, people start practicing. We meet Kennedy and she's going to do a dance because she doesn't really care about embarrassing herself. And I love this energy.
Who is it? Someone is like, she's the coolest. Like she's dancing in front of someone and they're like, she doesn't give a shit. She's so cool. Is that Alex?
Probably.
Or like Mike or someone was like, I love Kennedy because she just doesn't care.
This is the attitude you needed as a kid and none of us had it. Not a lot of us had it. The like, I don't care about other people's opinions.
Yeah, and it's also scary because there are cool kids here, right? Like there are you could say Taylor and her minions are considered kind of cool. Greg, you don't want to get made fun of by Greg. And then like we meet them, we'll talk about them, but there's some cool older girls too.
Yes.
That also, I don't want to get made fun of, but good for Kennedy.
Kennedy is a cool person of the people, though. She is that relatable. She's cool because everybody likes her, not because she has like this power over age or like being mean to people.
I love her.
Well, Jared is going to do like some Shakespeare, so he's like trying to memorize
a monologue. He's doing a monologue of Shakespeare that he's memorizing.
It's so Jared.
I don't know where we got the Shakespeare book because it's not the Bible that we won.
It probably was in the dry goods store. They have a lot of stuff there.
Oh, you're right. They're selling Shakespeare to kids.
Absolutely.
Sure. But Jared loves Shakespeare. This is his calling.
He has the drama to be able to like give this monologue.
Oh, but I was scared for Jared. I was like, he's going to be bullied off stage.
I know.
Or to memorize Shakespeare is crazy.
A whole monologue? I was like, why don't you just stand there with the book? Who cares? You don't have to be off book.
All I know is Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? And
he's not even doing that one.
I know. He's doing like Hamlet or some shit. I don't even know what he's doing.
I don't know. This is where people ask Olivia to do the stand-up. She declines. And then we actually do see the Romeo scene because Greg and Blaine are actually going to do it.
This is a good idea, too. Here's the great thing about tween and teenage boys. They'll act a fool for the entertainment of everyone else, which I was like, this is funny. But then Jared is like, they're disrespecting Shakespeare. And I was like, Jared, my guy. But this is going to be entertaining for all of us.
This is how I feel when people go to karaoke is there's a group of people who take it so seriously. And there are people who do not take it seriously, are there to have fun. And we have those two groups in this talent show as well.
And I'm neither of those two people because I'm an audience member and I appreciate both sides of the coin. Occasionally, I would love someone to belt out Whitney Houston and be really good at it.
Yeah.
And then occasionally, I need someone to sing Tequila so we can all dance.
I need somebody to sing into a microphone and so we can all laugh.
Just Tequila. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's a fun karaoke song. Yeah. In either way, I need both.
I appreciate that Greg and Blaine aren't being too cool that they're not going to participate. They are the right cool where they're like, we want to have fun too.
I mean, they're stuck in this town with these 10-year-olds. They're like, the fuck do I care?
I love them. They always get me on their side at some point in the episode. And I'm always like, this is the moment where I think
I'm more a Blaine fan.
Oh, interesting.
Greg, I've seen too much bad, but also good. Blaine, I've only ever seen, he's just there for the vibes. And you're not going to tell me Blaine didn't grow up to smoke a bunch of weed. Like, this kid, he put Colorado out of business.
You know what it is?
I love Blaine.
Greg is like the toxic boyfriend who has really high highs and really low lows.
Yeah, and Blaine's the friend that's always high. He's just chilling.
He's just there, yeah.
Yeah, he's the boyfriend that, Blaine will forget your birthday, but he'll make it up to you by buying you a shit ton of weed. Like, Blaine's cool.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, Blaine's chilling.
Well, we go to Savannah and Kennedy, and they are making a Kentucky dinner. They're both from Kentucky, and so they want to bring some of their home to
I don't know what the fuck a Kentucky dinner is.
I don't understand what the Kentucky dinner is in Kid Nation, where they have like 4 ingredients.
Potatoes.
Canned apples. We have stuff for dumplings. We did get vegetables a few weeks ago, so I think they made maybe like a pot pie without any chicken.
It doesn't matter because everyone loves Kentucky dinner.
They loved it, but it does make Savannah a little sad, and so we'll kind of loop back around on that. It's kind of hard to. It probably would be hard to bond with somebody about your hometown or like your home state.
And then not be home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with these kids being so young.
When you're 12, yeah.
And this is 40 days. Let's remember, this isn't just a sleepaway
We're
camp
for a week. 23. Yeah.
I cried at sleepaway camp always, at least once. I'd be like, I just want to be in my own bed.
If I was under the age of 13, I would have struggled. If I was 13 and above, I would have been able to able to
like figure out how to hold it together.
I would have made it halfway through and not cried. Now we're getting Now I'm hungry,
That's the
I'm
thing.
eating potatoes.
It's so long.
And I'm not showering. Yeah, it's just long.
It's now day 24, like the next day, and this is just so much. We're on the back half of these 40 days. I'm terrible. Exhausted. Yeah. And Greg and Blaine, they are the upper class right now, but they're still going to help always, which I appreciate this.
There's always laundry to be done.
They know that they kind of have to be responsible for hauling that water.
I appreciate Greg. He knows his place, him and Blaine, but we only see Greg's point of view, really. And Greg won the gold star, and I think he's still like, I should throw myself into work. You know,
I think he knows that if he doesn't, this town will collapse.
Yeah, that's the problem with being the oldest.
Yeah, and they're oldest boys who are strong. Like, there is a lot that they can do that's a lot easier than like Alex carrying water.
Nathan couldn't even carry the water. He asked for help.
Yes, we saw that last episode. He like carried tiny little buckets on his back with that little like thing.
Yeah. Also, listen, I know it's not a big age gap, but it is. From 10 to 15, you're mentally stronger.
It's their size, though, too, because if Mike was like 15, he's a little scrawnier. Greg and Blaine have some muscle on them.
But it's also mental. If you send a 10-year-old to go back and forth and get the water, they're going to crack. Yeah.
We saw Taylor be upset. I mean, she was upset for other reasons, but also that I would have been sobbing if I was Taylor.
Her emotions are going to get the best of her.
Yeah.
Greg and Blaine can hold it a little further, and you're not going to tell me these two idiots aren't going to make a game out of getting the water.
That's true. You need something to fill your time. We're seeing
dummies.
That these people are bored, so actually doing the work fills your day.
Greg and Blaine are out in these streets, killing it. Yeah, they're doing good.
Two people on their blue team are not killing it. We meet Natasha and how do you say this girl's name?
Oh my God. Mr. Bonanza said it. It is spelled Miggle.
Migle.
And he pronounced it as Migle.
That's what I think it is. These names.
Is she French?
I don't know.
This? Migle? These two girls, bullies immediate. They're the ones that are too cool for school. I don't know what they're doing in this town.
They have their little like Natasha has her little like side swoop bangs, and I immediately was like, I know exactly who you are because I grew up in this age range, right? Her little hood is up, probably like a little Hollister zip up jacket, basically.
Yep. They have the low-rise jeans, and listen, I love a good gossip session. They're sitting around gossiping. I knew these girls, and I wanted to be these girls. However, the way, I don't know what my mother did to me, but I would have been like, I can't let everyone get water and not pitch in. Like, you know how we talk about on like Summer House when we're like, oh, we don't want to like bring in the trash, so we're totally just not gonna. I would want to be that person that lays in bed and doesn't help all day. But there's a part of me where it's like I was raised to be a part of a community and I have to step up.
We've talked about this. There's a strategy behind it. You're not the first one up working the hardest, but you show up at a certain point. Natasha and Migle never get out of like their
they're the upper class. They're not going to.
And that is pissing Greg and Blaine off because they're taking advantage of the town. And like at some point you have to help with something. This is still a town that has to be run.
No, this is why Greg and Blaine, I think, are mad. Natasha and Migle, whatever, they're older. They're 14.
Yeah.
They're both 14 years old. So, yeah, they're girls. But they could easily get water. They're going to do it better than Nathan and Mike, these scrawny 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
They could easily be in the kitchen. They're way more likely to like help out there. They could easily be cleaning something. They're just older. They have more meat on them. They have more experience. They're mentally stronger. And they're in a para too. They could easily make a game out of it. They're they could be Sophia and they're just not. So these two 14-year-olds, they're wasting away. Like,
that's so true because like even when Taylor wasn't doing work, it's like there isn't that much for Taylor and Yellow to like fully do. Like, well, they really did need to like help cook stuff in the kitchen because like we need that to happen.
They could do something, yeah.
But like their size was kind of more of a reason of like why they're not like hauling water and like doing all the big chores. Yeah. But you're so right. Natasha and Meek like can do things a lot more than like a lot of these other kids can.
And even less, you as an older kid are automatically more respected. You could help the little kids get organized. You could just oversee the kitchen. You could do something. Like I know Greg's not the greatest at this, but Greg occasionally shows up and is an older brother. Like, you could be the older sister type. You could keep the kids from not crying the way Sophia and Laurel check in with the little kids.
That's so true. They're providing. We've never seen them, so they're clearly providing nothing to this town.
You're being a waste of space. You're just another mouth to feed.
That's it. If you're not going to help, just go home.
Yeah, literally.
Because I don't want to do your stupid little laundry and you're going to drink our water and eat our food. Like, we just rather not have your dead weight here. I feel this. I always wonder how it is like in Survivor. And there's those people that probably do nothing. And these two are those people. Like, you're actually hurting our entire town because you're just taking resources.
Yeah. Like minion number 1 and 2 of Taylor's, they're not doing shit. Okay. The only reason we see them is because Taylor's a menace to society. That being said, they're both, I don't know, 50 pounds. They're not doing shit anyway.
Here's the thing. But I bet they're doing more than Natasha and Migle.
Yeah, I bet so too.
I bet that they're like pulling
they're gonna be like
a bucket of water, or they're going in the kitchen and like chopping a vegetable for dinner.
They just want to play, right? They want to be included. So the only way for them to be included in shit is to participate.
Yeah.
Migle and Natasha don't care.
They're like gossiping in their bunk all morning.
You know, when you said, oh, they're kids. There's no hookups. These are the girls that are like, ooh, look, it's Blaine. Like, they're the girls.
Oh, my God.
They showed up and they were like, who's cute? Migle said all they do is gossip. You're not going to sit here and tell me that they're not like, Michael's kind of cute.
Yeah.
These are the girls. And then when younger girls see that, they're going to be like, ooh, I have crushes too. These are the girls that I knew that there had to be someone like this.
Waiting to meet them.
I knew, and I figured like Sophia probably maybe has a crush on like someone, but that's not her whole personality.
Yeah.
These are the ones I knew. And you're not going to tell me Greg and Blaine aren't showing up and no one's got a crush on them.
That's true.
These are the girls that have crushes on them.
They're like, once they get out of bed, they're like sitting there watching the boys.
I'm putting money Natasha and Migle kiss someone.
Oh.
I'm also putting money that Greg and Blaine kiss someone. I don't know who, but I'm telling you right now.
Behind the dining hall?
I'm telling you right now, something's happening.
My God, that is the shit I need to know from these people.
I'm telling you.
At this point, Greg and Blaine do not like Natasha and Migle. They go to Anjay and they say that they want to throw the showdown because they're tired of being upper class and giving Natasha and Migle a reason to do nothing.
Anjay has aged 8 years into being on this show. Please don't do that. Don't throw the town. Don't do it. Don't throw the showdown.
I get this because it's like I'm cool if we don't end up being upper class just because we lost it, but don't make us be laborers.
No, but that shows Greg and Blaine's power.
They do. And this shows that the power's not with the town council constantly. No. It's with these like VP positions.
With the older kids.
Yes.
Because God forbid if the green team was actually good, if Sophia said, I'm throwing the challenge, that's fuck, dude.
Yes.
Like, 'cause she's the oldest kid. Michael, I'm throwing the challenge. Fucking if Zach said, I'm throwing the challenge, that's their oldest kid. Or Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Like, it's with the older kids that can actually do shit. If Mallory said I'm throwing it, I'd go, okay.
You're like, you actually do nothing anyways. Can you imagine if somebody said, I'm going to throw it unless you like try to get me a gold star? Like, what if people used it for that reason?
Well, they'd be shitty and everyone would probably turn against them.
I know, but I kind of love the like, hey, I'm going to throw this for this and this reason. Like,
this was a good idea because it's for the betterment of the town. And I was honestly like, throw the challenge.
Very true. And I think
because then they even said, we're not only going to throw it, we're going to assign you to toilets.
Yes. That's the thing. They're not just throwing it to not be upper class. They're throwing it to be laborers. They want to come in dead last. Greg and Blaine do talk to Natasha and Migle, and those girlies are freaked out. They do not want to clean those toilets. They're like,
are you joking? Hey, Greg, are you joking?
Flirting with me?
They're also known as the Paris and Nicole of this town, which was so funny, but not the reputation you need. Like, I love the simple life.
Yes, but they probably think this is a compliment.
Yeah, I would too, to a sense. If today someone was ever like, you're kind of like the Paris and Nicole of anything, I'd be like, I'm obsessed. Here's the thing, though. If that's you're also being called dumb a little bit.
At this day and age, yeah, yes. Now, if somebody called me that, I actually respect those two so much as businesswomen in today's age. Them. But yeah, back then, it's like, oh shit, you do absolutely nothing. You're so dumb and an airhead.
The other thing is, though, Paris and Nicole, they fucking tried, okay? They went to those towns and they at least tried.
No, they're smarter than all of us. They hustled everybody behind the scenes. I love
They got free money for Burger King. They didn't even have to pay for it. You could tell me that's not genius? Yeah, but they kind of love it. Migle's like, they're calling us the Paris and Nicole.
Oh my God.
But then Paris and Nicole, I mean, they did have to clean toilets at some point, and now?
And will Natasha and Migle, will Greg and Blaine throw the showdown? We will have to see.
I was saying yes.
Well, right before we go to the showdown, Alex actually talks to Savannah. You'll remember Savannah is the one who is from Kentucky, did a Kentucky dinner, and she's feeling really homesick after that dinner, and she really misses her family.
I love Alex.
Sweet soul.
Alex is like, please don't go. You're one of my friends. I'd be really sad if you left. And I understand Savannah struggling. But Savannah, you better fucking stay for Alex.
You know what? We talked about people who have like power, like the older kids. Alex doesn't have power, but he does have sway in like people. Like he has connections with people and like.
He's so nice. He's kind. Yeah. He's sweet.
He has like a heart and soul that like he does change things in this town, but it's not from a place of like power. It's just from a
he cares.
Place of love.
He cares. He loves you and does not want to see you go.
And so then I feel like people probably, not in a bad way, but feel obligated because they're like, man, I love Alex. I don't want to let him down.
Yeah,
I want to be here with him.
But Alex will be that friend. If you ever need to cry, he'll be here for you.
Yeah, no judgment. He's just here.
Cry. I love Alex.
How is he so wise? What is he, 9?
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Alex as a kid. This is the kid that your parents want you to have a crush on. And you never will because you'll have a crush on stupid Blaine and Greg.
Yes.
But Alex is the kindest kid.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Everything you should want.
You know, I think as a parent, I'm not one myself, but I think one of the greatest compliments you can give a parent is to say, you raised your kid correctly. You have such a good kid. That, to Alex's parents, I don't know what you did, but I hope all kids are Alex.
Write a book because you did incredible.
You did incredible. This kid's amazing.
Agreed.
Watch Alex be in jail. No, I've already done my Where Is He Now? And Alex did nothing but exceed expectations.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, it's time for the showdown, and we're all wondering, will Greg and Blaine throw the showdown? Green really wants being the upper class. They've never been it. So let's see.
This is the one showdown you should throw to not participate.
Okay, we are going to go through this quickly because I will literally throw up in my mouth just speaking about this.
It was so... Okay, talk about it and then... Just do it.
I'm just going to go over it very quickly. Okay, so they have a paint by numbers board, but they're not going to paint. They're going to put gum on it. So basically, the town council gives the kids quarters. The kids go get gums from gumball machines, and they're all different colors. And then they chew it up. They hand it back to the town council member. They put it on the board. They finish it. If they finish the pictures within an hour, they will get a reward. Okay. This is so gross.
We have to talk about how gross it is because these kids are chewing the gum.
Yep.
And then giving the chewed gum to the town council member who then has to stick it on the board. But here's the thing. It has to be chewed enough or it's not going to stick.
And it can't have too much saliva on it. I start realizing that, like, I think, like, yellow is a downfall because theirs are, like, so wet when they hand them to Zach.
Zach won't take some of them because he's like, it has so much spit on it. And I was like, no, I had to look away. This was so gross to watch these kids spit into other kids.
When Mr. Bonanza said they had an hour to complete this, I was like, an hour? I feel like it wouldn't take that long. No, it takes an hour. Their jaws hurt so bad. Who decided this?
You're giving these kids cavities.
It's those hard gumballs.
It's the gumballs from the day, back in the day. I think dentists have since made these illegal because I haven't seen them in a long time.
There are so many kids with braces. Somebody had to have popped off a little bracket.
They're the gumballs your parents never let you buy because
that are like stale too.
Oh my God.
This was absolutely worried. Like, this is,
This reminded me on Love Island. They always do the food challenge where you have to spit into each other's mouths.
Oh, why do people do this?
This is the PG version of that. This was disgusting because somewhere along the lines these kids are like, because the town council's also chewing their own gum.
Yes.
So their hands are covered in spit.
Yep. And then they still have to put stuff in their mouth. And at one point, I think
take it out.
One of the town council members puts somebody else's gum in their mouth to chew it more.
Andre eats someone else's gum. And this has happened on TV shows before where it's like, it's hot to chew someone. It's not hot to chew someone else's gum. It's actually
but when you're disgusting. Like dating somebody, whether in a committed relationship or not, it's a little different because you're going to be making out with them. These are 12-year-olds swapping gum. You want to hear the
weirdest thing too? COVID made me kind of think kissing's kind of gross.
It absolutely is from a like biological standpoint. Like
you're just like swapping
spit.
Yeah, from a germ.
Stop! You're going to ruin kissing for me.
So gross. Ugh. And then there's kids like dancing around to chew the gum. I'm like, that's not doing anything.
Wait, I feel like the vibes you need, they were at the tail end of it. So yeah, this kid Campbell is like dancing while he's chewing because your jaw is probably like so fucked up right now that I get you're trying to get the vibes to be high in this stupid competition.
This is just so gross.
Okay, anyways. So, Migle is still worried that Greg and Blaine are going to throw it, but Greg says in his confessional that he would never throw a showdown, but he's
a fucking competitor.
Always threaten it, which I was like, yes, absolutely, throw your weight around against these two.
Love that. I'll always be a threat. Because he is. He has the most power and he fucking knows it.
Yes. Okay, so in the competition, yellow and red are doing absolutely horribly. And green and blue are doing very well. So it's like, which one's going to win out of that?
Oh my God, I was rooting for green. Even in this disgusting thing, I was like, I hope they win.
No. So green finishes. And this is so stupid, but they have to put a little flag in this like container. As Laurel goes to put her flag in, all this gum starts falling off, which like this would make me just sob. I always think about this
make me mad.
In Big Brother when they're building those little towers and like things start to crumble.
Falls.
Yeah, it just is so heartbreaking. So Laurel is like replacing all the gum and she gets the flag in and they are the upper class for the first time.
And honestly, green deserves to be the upper class that does not do any work for a week.
But they won't do that because they are just the best.
I know, but just give them a day or something to like rest. Not have to do anything.
Seriously.
Oh my God.
Well, blue then finishes second and they're the merchants. Right. Zach, all of his gum is falling off because of all this fucking saliva.
It's so gross.
Red finishes third. They're the cooks. And there's 1 minute left. And Zach is literally trying so hard to just like put this fucking picture together. But it's not working. And the time runs out.
Yeah.
And they don't win the reward for... This is the first time, right?
The first or second. They probably...
But yeah, so no reward. Yellow is the laborers, which having yellow at the bottom is always the worst because they can't do as much, let's be honest.
Hilarious. Send Taylor and her minions to the toilets. Bodies.
Yeah. Well, we do see the reward options that we won't get. And one was a bunch of paint to make the town brighter, which can you imagine? Fine. Can you imagine if this town was just covered in red, green, yellow, and blue?
If there's ever rewards not to get, it was this one.
Yeah. Or they could have had an all-night block party, which also, like, I know they're bored, but still.
You could do this anyway.
This is what I'm saying, is there's so much shit they could just make happen on their own. Why do you need strobe lights to have fun?
We didn't get the balloons. That's fine. You already had a night at the saloon. Just cancel curfew one night and be like, it's a block party.
That's so true. Have a night at the saloon to keep the vibes high.
Some kid thinks they can beatbox in this town. Have them try to beatbox for a little bit.
Everybody sing just the 10 seconds of the chorus of songs we know.
Yeah, everyone sing YMCA or Mamba Number 5 or whatever. You could do it.
Yeah. Somebody knows how to play on the piano.
Pretend to square dance. Yeah, you could do
There's so much these kids could do. We have better imaginations than any of them.
Yeah, truly.
Well, it's now the nighttime.
Wait, imagine us being like, should we square dance? And all the kids are like, that's lame. I'd rather be bored. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll just
idiot.
Die.
Yeah, I would have just square danced with you somewhere else. If everybody will lay down with Sophia doing nothing, come on, we have to be willing to get some kids to square dance.
I guess you just do it. And if kids join, they join.
True. Okay, so it is nighttime and Green is celebrating their upper class like they should.
Yeah, hell yeah. To the saloon.
On the flip side, Savannah is crying. She really wants to leave. Oh. If she doesn't go home, she's going to be miserable here. Yeah. Even if she, it is fun and, she knows that people want her to be here and she, loves her friends here. I feel like this is the classic thing with the kids. It's like, I want to be home so bad, even though I know I'm going to, be sad to miss this with my friends.
I know.
And in their minds, they know they're never going to really talk to these people again because being connected online was just a different time.
It was less likely, yeah.
Okay, it is now day 25 and Taylor's actually working in her laborer status. She's doing some laundry. So, wow, has she really stepped it up?
Love.
Olivia is, preparing for that talent show and she's never done stand-up before. So I think she's starting to get a little nervous.
I mean, the town hates her too, so.
True. And then Jared's also working on his performance. He's really trying hard to memorize this monologue and he's stressed.
Oh my God, he's not getting it. I mean, it's Shakespeare.
Well, I'm like, again, you don't need to be off book. Just read from the book, my dude.
He could, and no one would judge him no one wouldn't be the wiser.
Yeah, it would be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's time for the talent show, and I think the guy's name is Mark, who's emceeing this event.
Yeah, some kid, yeah.
It's so
funny.
Markel?
It's Markel.
Oh, Markel. It's so funny how, random kids just pop up, and I'm like, we have never been introduced to you before, but welcome. Thanks for being on
Markel. How's it going?
On, day 24 or 25 of this.
Yeah. Notice the town council, too, was, because it's at the saloon, they're all behind the bar.
The way they separate the town council from these people is so funny. It's production doing it, but there's always a divide. That's why when Red rang that bell and said that they were bored, I was like, wow, you are really changing the power dynamics of this town. That bell is only for town council.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so we kick it off with Kelsey Minion number 1. She's playing the piano. She's a really great job.
She's good. Wow.
We get some nameless kid that we don't really know doing some bird calls.
That was hilarious. Good for that kid.
I like the people just pulling out random talents.
Yeah, Kelsey was amazing. Bird call kid, hilarious. I'm in.
We get another piano performance from another nameless person.
Was this the guy that sang too?
I don't think so. I think that person's last or later down the road.
Oh, okay.
But
another piano.
Jared is up. His monologue, we find out he's doing Shakespeare's King Henry V.
Oh, it's King Henry V.
I don't know. Right. I don't know it.
I'm unfamiliar.
But he's off book. He does it.
He made me so nervous.
The crowd
goes wild.
Not really. They don't understand Shakespeare. People don't care about this. They do clap, but everybody's just standing there staring at him.
It's a waste of 45 seconds. And if you're that bored, you'll take anything.
No, I agree. It's just funny because this is boring to most kids that it's so funny because he chose Shakespeare. It's all right.
But it's Jared. And if you didn't sign up, you can't complain about what you get.
True. Well, Greg and Blaine are next, and their competition for Shakespeare is kicking off. So they disappear, and they come back in dresses.
Greg goes, "Let me change," and then he goes, "Don't laugh." Which is hilarious because you want everyone to laugh.
We don't see this, but then whenever they actually start the little performance, Greg is actually in a weird suit thing. So then he does another outfit change. I think they wanted the big reveal of being in dresses.
I think they probably did a thing where because it didn't seem like they did all of Shakespeare. It seemed like they did a few things. So I have a feeling in one skit, I think they did multiple. And in one, Greg was in a dress and then they switched.
Yes.
And then Blaine was in a dress.
Because they do the Romeo thing that we saw them practicing. Yeah. And Greg is Romeo and Blaine is Juliet up on the balcony in his dress.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious.
This was everything to me.
This was great. I have no complaints.
Next up, we get another nameless girl. She's singing, and she's really good.
Yeah. She's good. Okay, she's solid.
Yeah. And then Olivia is up. She does her comedy act.
When I tell you, I was like, oh, please don't fail that bad.
Well, it's so bad because she like starts off and immediately Laurel screams for her to speak up.
Speak up! I was like, Jesus Christ.
I was like, you don't do that to somebody. Who cares if you can't hear them? Like, they're so nervous. Let her be.
Yeah.
I don't like Olivia, but like, don't do this to her.
No, that's terrible.
Kennedy goes up and she...
No, wait. Oh. Olivia, she does some solid jokes.
Sure.
The crowd likes her enough.
We do get some chuckles, yeah.
They laugh. It was more of like, oh, Greg and Blaine are so dumb. But also, I don't know why stand-up comedians used to do this, but they all had like the Jerry Seinfeld voice where it was like, let's talk about airplane food, where they do that weird. And she did that where she's like, Andre can't lead anyone. He's so terrible. And everyone cracks up. But everyone laughed. It wasn't bad. Olivia overall killed it.
That's true. It could have been way worse.
She got a lot of laughs. She made a joke about Greg and Blaine being dumb. They laughed.
That's the thing. You gotta just go at people's expense. You can't just like talk. That. You have to talk about the people in the town to be funny.
That was better. I didn't know where she was going to go, but she poked fun at everyone.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Because, like, when she was throwing the jokes out about smiling and, like, just generic jokes, people weren't that into it. You got to go for the people.
You got to warm them up. You can't come right out of the gate and be like, Andre sucks. He'll cry. You got to, like, oh, smile. And then be like, you know who else makes me smile? Andre, because he's terrible. And everyone's like, yeah, he is. That wasn't the joke. I can't think of the joke. But she actually she set it up. She had a punchline.
Yeah, she did think it through.
Overall, it was solid. I'll give her that. For a 12-year-old, that was pretty solid.
Oh, God. Well, someone even better, Kennedy gets up and does her dance. And I think people just like Kennedy. So they're just like hyping her up. And
she's pulling a Greg and Blaine. She's being dumb for the sake of a laugh.
Yes. And people love it. Everyone's laughing. I think she gets the best like reception from the crowd. Just again, people love her.
People like her.
Savannah then asks to talk and she gets up in front of everybody. Weird. And I was like, girlie, it's not the time to say you're leaving the town. You're going to get your opportunity.
This was produced.
But she said the talent show really made her feel better and she decided to stay and everyone cheers for her.
Yes, because Greg and Blaine fucking cared. Yeah, this was produced.
Yes, there are like a few other acts sprinkled in there, but that's basically the show.
Yeah. There was one kid who sang the piano or did the piano and sang, and he was terrible.
This is another moment where I'm like, okay, we're getting people we've never met before. I appreciate that a lot of people probably did stuff, but we don't need to see the people we don't know.
He was a terrible singer.
I guess you can show me them, but drop me a name on them. We've never seen them before in our life. Yeah. Give me a name and an age and what like system they're in or what district.
There was also someone who was practicing the harmonica and we didn't see them in the talent show. The show's an hour long. You could have given us the whole talent show. It couldn't have been more than 20 minutes.
That's true. There's 38 kids. I bet 12 went up.
Yeah. And like you could have cut it to cut off them walking up and down. So it could have given us a 10
or even done the like classic where you're like show 4 people at once up there. Yeah. Like you may not give the audio to every single one of them, but
give me the kids.
I want to see what the wide array of talents. Because if everybody because
I want to judge the kids, see if they're good or not.
Yeah. There was time for it. Well, it is over, and we kind of talk about the Gold Star suggestions again. People come in and give the town council their recommendations. Devon nominates herself again.
She's such a bitch. And also the fact that she fucking wasn't in the talent show, get lost, Devon.
That's the thing. What the fuck are you doing for this town besides scamming people?
I can't.
Get out of here. Michael nominates Olivia for her stand-up routine. Mallory nominates her too.
Honestly, pretty solid. I give it to her.
Okay,
she gave some laughs.
How do you feel about if like Olivia and Mallory got gold stars? I feel like people would be upset.
That was my only issue with it. But we said like the winner of the talent show, and that comes down to who did everyone enjoy the most. And
that's true.
People enjoyed Olivia, and you got to give it to Olivia because she does not vote for herself.
I love that. Olivia, Sophia, and Savannah nominate Kennedy. I respect Olivia so much. She's not that type of person who would vote for herself.
And I liked that. I think Olivia said like Kennedy is so fun. I think it would mean, or maybe it was Savannah. Someone was like, it would mean a lot to Kennedy to win this. But Olivia did say, she's like, I think Kennedy should get it. She was a lot of fun. She gave some good laughs.
Yeah, they really like praise Kennedy for who she is to this town.
Yeah.
And I love when people highlight great people just for who they are, whether it's like being hardworking, making people happy in the town. Yeah. Like we need all of those people.
Yeah. So like, does Olivia need the money if Mallory won $20,000? No. But people enjoyed, listen, I didn't think she was the best, but if I was 10, I would have thought Olivia was hilarious.
That's the thing. It's worth even just being nominated. I kind of wish they would tell who was like the nominated people, because I still think like that's such a high honor.
What do you mean?
Like I wish at the town council meeting, they were like, hey, these are the people who had like the most nominations. Obviously, if Devad is the only one nominating herself, we don't need to call her out. But being like, hey, we just want to give praise to like Olivia, Kennedy, Sophia.
Yeah, highlight everyone. Yeah. Because I do think it is a high honor. I would like for people to know that they're getting praise from their fellow
town people.
Yeah. And like I said, I know Olivia was bad by our standards, but think 10 years ago, all stand-up comedians were basically men.
True.
Think when
she's 12, breaking barriers.
Yeah, she's 12 years old, and she was able to put together a joke with a setup and a punchline about the people she's with and not make it mean. Like, that's kind of a talent in itself.
That's true. No, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to be nominated.
So yeah, be nominated.
I just immediately when she was nominated, especially by Mallory, I was like, damn, if I would be a little resentful as one of those kids if both of those sisters walked away with $20K.
But the fact that she didn't nominate herself was nice. And she nominated Kennedy. It wasn't like someone like Greg or whatever. It was fucking Kennedy. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the town meeting, and Mr. Bonanza asks, asks if anybody didn't participate in the talent show that should have, and everybody's like, Laurel is an amazing singer.
Yo.
What the fuck? Why didn't town council participate?
Laurel is better than any other singer we fucking got at that talent show. She sings Amazing Grace, and it was so good.
I feel like that it's like a class thing or like a barrier. Like it sounds like town council did not participate at all. Like they're above it. And I don't like that.
Or maybe they just wanted to give everyone else. Maybe there were only a certain amount of slots. We don't know. But
we have endless time, in my opinion.
You're right,
we are bored out of our mind and our best singer doesn't entertain us.
It probably wasn't because they're too good. I think Laurel's a big buzzkill. She was probably like, I'm going to give everyone else a chance and I'm not going to participate. I
agree.
You know?
But I hate how
that. Parents don't go to the movies for themselves. They go for their kids. I feel like Laurel's
that's the thing. And that bothers me. I hate that's where Laurel's mentality goes a little too far. I'm like, you're also a child in this town. You're not the mom of this town.
She was so good at singing. Yeah. My jaw was dropped.
Me
so
too.
Good.
She really was. So it's time for the gold star, and they give it to Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy.
Well
and
deserved.
She's thrilled.
Yeah, she is.
She needed it.
And after the town council meeting, people celebrate Kennedy, and Devad is so fucking bitter.
Dude, wait. Before we get into that, Kennedy calls her mom. And her mom is decked out in pink and pearls and with a bow.
I didn't notice
and I was like, I never would have.
I always look away at these calls. I hate them so much because they're so produced that it makes me cringe so hard. You got a gold star?
She was in bright pink. She had pearls. Her hair was pulled back. And she had a bow. And I was like, that's just not how I would picture Kennedy's mom. Like, I was like, she's a Southern Kentucky lady. She's going to a Southern football game. That's how she was dressed.
Dressed in her like Lily Pulitzer.
Like a college football. Yeah, she was. I was like, shit, because Kennedy's out here making a damn fool of herself.
Yeah, she's the like class clown.
See, it was hilarious. Anyway, yeah, Divad,
bitter as hell. She says that she thinks it should go to somebody who works hard.
Kennedy probably does. We just don't see it.
Works hard, Divad. You're scamming this town.
Divad's literally my enemy. I don't know how else to say it.
I actually think she is the biggest villain of this town.
Yeah, she's terrible. And you know what? I bet she will win a gold star because she'll bully the town council.
No, if she does, I'm done with this show. I don't remember who wins these gold stars. I know I've watched this a million times, but like I know some of the kids who won them just because, like, you know, Greg winning is a classic storyline. Yeah. But if Divad gets one of these, I will absolutely down with town council, down with this town. I'm burning it to the ground.
I think Divad would probably like learn a lesson and they'd be like, we have to give it
like
to
she
Divad.
Gets the last one after she realizes like maybe she should stop scamming the town.
Yeah,
and
she apologizes
should actually work hard. Or maybe she uses her money to buy something for the town and it's like, wow, you did a good deed.
Yeah, luckily this town council sees right through her.
Thank God.
But
yeah, but that's how I feel. That's what we got.
Okay, I got a kid for you.
Okay.
Because she's on town council and she's a good singer, we're going to go with Laurel.
Ooh.
Okay, so Laurel, Boston strong, as you can imagine, still lives in Boston. But she does post some videos and she does not have as heavy as a Boston accent as she once did. No, it's okay. It's all good.
No, I just feel like it's her whole personality. She picked green because she's Boston strong.
She's still in her Instagram. Well, that's because she's Irish. And there's just a lot of Irish people in Boston.
I know, but like that's the thing is like I just feel like Boston and being Irish is her whole personality. So her like dimming the Boston accent makes me so sad. It makes me feel like she lived away from Boston for a bit.
It's her Instagram profile still says
Boston.
Like
Boston
she lives
strong?
in Boston. It still says Boston.
What if it said Boston strong? Would you have like cried tears of joy?
Yeah, because she's Boston strong, baby. Okay, so she is a special ed teacher.
Wow.
And a quote, this is her own word, wannabe comedian. Yeah, I mean...
Wait, why didn't she do a comedic special at the talent show?
I'm sure she tried to get into it because when she was young, she appeared on the PBS Kids Go show Fetch with Ruff Ruffman in the episodes BLT for Breakfast and Tryin' Chef because her older brother Brian was a contestant on the show. I've never heard of the show.
This tells me that like this confirms every kid that was like on Kid Nation was trying to be in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Because we saw DK go on to be an actor and like she's on and then Laurel's on other shows.
Yeah, I think she wanted to. Just to go off that, some fun things I learned from Laurel's Instagram. It looks like recently she is on a health journey. She posts some workout videos.
Love that journey for her.
It looks like she's kind of into like Renaissance fairs.
Oh.
Which is kind of cool.
Have you ever been to a Renaissance fair?
No.
They are such an experience. I highly recommend everybody going to one.
I probably won't, but
that's okay.
No, shout out. She is an active poster. She has about 2,000 followers. And she is a public figure. The podcast does follow her. And
we are big fans of Laurel.
Just because I'm looking at it now, her Instagram story has a reference to A Court of Thorns and Roses. So we read the same books.
Wow.
Yeah, she's still redhead.
I am just so curious of how she is today. Like she clearly is wise beyond her years in this show. Yeah. And so I just would wonder what it's like to be her friend and to I just always wonder where these people are. I just love this.
Yeah. She looks the same. I mean, you could tell. But she looks to be probably about our age. She's going to weddings. She's going to bachelorettes.
I love it.
She's working out. She's a special ed teacher. She's just chilling,
she's one of us.
you know? Yeah, she's watching Twilight and spooky season.
Love that.
She's just what else is happening? She's watching RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, she watches Summer House.
Oh, our girl. Wow.
Oh, she posted about Kid Nation.
Love that even more. She knows her roots.
Oh, yeah. She's posting Kid Nation pictures.
I love.
Looks like she's on a date. It could be anyone. It could not be a date. Why would I speculate? She reads. Yeah, she's great. She's one of us.
She's one of us.
And she works out. Like I said, she's on a workout journey, I think, because she posted one of those like me then, me now type pics.
Those are great to like hold you accountable and like see your journey.
But she posted a lot of herself working out.
That's great.
Oh, she's gonna be an aunt.
Even
she's
better.
Getting a nephew, Laurel.
Are you just literally scrolling on her Instagram right now?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a rabbit hole.
All her pictures. She reads a lot. Holy shit. Okay, great. So that's Laurel.
All right.
That's all I know.
We love.
Great. Do all the things I mentioned at the top of the show. We're over halfway through.
Yes, we are on the back half of this 40 days, 40 nights journey of these children. But
who would have thought?
Thanks so much for joining. Bye.